Hello, Virgo. Good afternoon. Welcome in, you guys. Virgo, I'm here to do a love check-in message for you. Of course, we've just finished your season. Happy birthday. I hope you all had a great birthday season. Right now, Venus is in your sign and the South Node. In fact, all year long, Virgo, it's been a very, very impactful year for you in your opposite sign of Pisces. We're coming off of eclipse season. 2 days ago, we had a new moon partial solar eclipse in your sign. In the middle of September, we had a full moon total lunar eclipse in Pisces. And on the first day of your season, on the 23rd of August, we had another new moon, the first one in your sign. Anyway, Virgo, needless to say, a very impactful year. But I'm here to talk about love with you, so let's do that. We'll be taking a look at the person coming in toward you. It could be a person that you have on your mind. Of course, keep in mind, Virgo, in love readings, the energy can always be vice versa. If you're interested in booking a private reading with me, there's a link in the description box below. Oh, okay. Well, this is pretty straight up, Virgo. We have past life relationship. You've known each other before. For me, this card can be past in this life or another lifetime or both. There is another card in this deck that says someone from your past is returning, and that more implies in this lifetime. But anyway, we'll see where it goes. And then we get, here it is actually, we get reconciliation, someone from your past. Past, Virgo. And it can be past life, but past in this life as well. Wow. Very, very straightforward. But even in this card, you see how he looks like he's standing above the clouds and he's like pulling her up to where he is. Interesting. Let's do an Amore Psyche. Let me see some of the more physical or sexual components in this connection for Virgo. Oh, Virgo. Well, South Node. South Node has a lot to do with our past, but it can definitely be about past lives as well. For Virgo, let me see. Reluctance here. Okay. We have jealousy and possessiveness. Perhaps this was part of the story in the past. Perhaps that's what separated it. Perhaps that's what's bringing it back together as well. Often both are the case, but in this card, you can see how there's that very clingy energy. All right, let's get into it. Oh, I don't even have a tarot deck. I'm ill prepared, Virgo. How embarrassing, especially for your reading. Let's go to the Naked Heart. What do they have on their mind when it comes to you? We've been getting the Nine of Cups coming out a lot in the readings. I'm pleased. But the Nine of Cups is like overjoyed. Only one more cup to get to the whole picture. It's happiness. Interesting. It's the full picture. Okay. You know what is interesting here, Virgo? There's a new moon down here and a new moon above. We happen to have two new moons in your sign this year. Super interesting. On the bottom, I see the Sage. That's the Hierophant. That's Taurus energy, and that's commitment, marriage. We do have. But also, it's the Pope of the Tarot, and we have past life. How do they feel about you? What's in their heart? Oh, a sword for every one of those cups. The Nine of Swords, that's anxiety, fear, overthinking, trying to get ahead of the story. It's like every possible cup of happiness is met with a sword of doubt. This is Mercury energy, Virgo. You could be experiencing this right now too, but it's definitely a lot of overthinking. Okay, interesting. Jealousy and possessiveness. That could be part of it. What actions do they want to take? Being very decisive. Wow. We have the Magician, Virgo. That's your major arcana. And Gemini, that's Mercury. And we talked about that. Well, with Venus in a Mercury sign, Virgo, you're ruled by Mercury, we do get a lot of swords, a lot of thinking. The Magician is the master manifester. So obviously manifesting. Remember I said picking you up from below? Interesting. Maybe they want to resurrect this connection. Okay. Let's see the energy surrounding them. This is where you could appear, Virgo. It can be a furthering of their actions with the Magician here. The Nine of Pentacles. Look at all the nines. The tens are the end of a cycle in the minor arcana, and we're almost there. But the Nine of Pentacles, this could be you. You could be very independent. They could be seeing you as not needing anything from them. Being very single out there on your own, and they don't like that. That's maybe where that jealousy and possessiveness is coming from. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot to put my drink on the floor. Virgo, I'm all over the place in your reading. Okay. What's the challenge? The Four of Pentacles. Well, this is a card about possessiveness. I mean, look at this squirrel. Like, I'm holding on to this for dear life. I might need it later. The Four of Pentacles can also be a very stuck energy, though. There's a lot of earth coming through here. Okay, potential outcome for Virgo. We have Temperance, Sagittarius energy. Temperance is a card about patience, but it's also the soulmate angel, Archangel Michael, generally working with the two cups to balance out something that it belongs together. And I feel like this person is like that with the Nine of Cups, belonging together, patience. But then we have the Six of Wands, fire energy. The Six of Wands is like a cleaning. It's about wanting to storm in and be like, I'm going to win this. I want this. It is a card about wanting attention as well and wanting to beat out any competition. Jealousy and possessiveness, ego. And then we have them kind of tempering that a bit here. Okay, interesting. Look at this. It's the Ten of Swords on the bottom, Nine of Swords in the heart. Okay. Let's get, I want, no, okay, we want the wild unknown, of course, for Virgo. All right, Virgo, let's see. All of a sudden, my throat's getting very, very tight. So we do have the Nine of Swords. The only thing missing there is the Ace of Swords, so there needs to be some kind of communication, clearly. And they're very anxious. Let me see the Nine of Cups on their mind. Oh, wow. The Ace of Pentacles, Virgo. And look at this. Remember, they see you in the Nine of Pentacles. What can be brought to the picture? One more pentacle can. I always say you can get to the nines on your own, but that requires another person. This could be an offer. Something physical, something tangible. Let's see the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe that, yeah, Four of Cups. Four of Pentacles here. Lots of fours. I'm getting Emperor energy. That's Mars, divine masculine. But it's also controlling. So they could have been controlling this situation at some point. Jealousy and possessiveness. That's the Four of Cups too. I mean, look at how this very industrious rat is covering all four of those cups. Same with the Four of Pentacles. And another new moon, Virgo. Let me see the Nine of Swords in their heart. Oh yeah, well, bound to happen, yes. Anytime you see this much resistance. The Tower, Scorpio energy, also Aries. This is Mars coming in to clear the decks. The Tower shakes us out of this place of control. It's game changer energy. I wonder if it was jealousy and possessiveness that caused a Tower. It could have been. But also I feel like they're afraid to lose you here. Let me see the Tower. Interesting. We have the Six of Swords. Okay. Well, yeah, when I said jealousy and possessiveness could have caused the tower wall, before the Six of Swords comes the Five, of course. That's conflict. Maybe there was a lot of sharp words spoken. Maybe they just caused a tower because they were jealous and they didn't want to deal with it. That could be the case, but the Six of Swords is wanting to move forward and bring about a change here. But they're definitely stressing out about it. How odd to have all those swords in the heart space. Let's see the Magician. Oh, the Magician and the High Priestess. More new moon energy. This person could be quite powerful, but nevertheless, over this new moon cycle, August 23rd to September 21st, first new moon in Virgo, last new moon in Virgo, activating the Magician. We have the new moon here. Very spiritual energy coming through. But this is about planning to manifest. Let's see the High Priestess. I'm not surprised to see the King of Swords. We're seeing him a lot lately, but because of all these swords, it's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. Virgo, you're capable of embodying this too. You could be dealing with another Virgo. But the King of Swords is Mr. Strategy. This is not somebody who's like given to heart-centered action, which is why we have the Fool hovering underneath of him. The King of Swords never wants to be a fool, is very well advised in the moves that he makes. And jealousy, right? Doesn't want to be foolish. Nine of Swords, it's like the heart is scared about that prospect. Interesting. Anyway, the King of Swords with the High Priestess and the holy moly. Very powerful energy there, Virgo. Let me see the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, I do like the King of Swords, though, because when he speaks, he tells the truth. Now, I said we're missing one sword. This king is holding that sword. The Eight of Cups and the Wheel. Interesting. For the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Nine of Cups on their mind. Eight of Cups right here. Okay. The Eight of Cups is a card about having courage. Courage to believe that there is more. Nine of Cups. Look at these 8 broken cups and that black mountain of finality. This is walking away from something that never achieved the full picture, the full 10 of Cups. Reconciliation. The Wheel could be about bringing something back around. I feel like they don't want you out here single. That could be the case. Now, for others of you, there could be a reversal in fortune. They could be coming into some finances that changes the picture. Let's see the Four of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups. Oh man, these two showing up together. The Queen of the Heart and the King of the Mind. We have cups and swords all over this reading. The Queen of Cups is Cancer energy. Okay. Remember? That's the King and Queen of Cups. That's why I always say when you have these two involved in a relationship together, there's no separation. If there is in the physical realm, there isn't in the emotional. I always say it's like imagine mixing 2 cups of water together, which we have here with Temperance, and then trying to separate them into their separate cups. The bond is in the energy and the Four of Pentacles, right? So it's the emotional bond. Now, maybe in a past life, you guys were a couple married. Let's see the Queen of Cups. Yeah, yes. Look, we have the Hierophant. We already see it. Already, I can't remember. But we have this Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, that's 10, right? That's marriage. Why is the camera being weird? Okay. That's marriage. That's stability. That's commitment. And we have the Four of Pentacles with stability. Remember I said they don't want you out here single. One more with the Hierophant. The Seven of Wands. Look at this one wand burning in the middle there, in the shadows. After all of this fight through the Six of Wands, which we have here. This is the fight worth the fight. Okay. Seven of Wands. Let me see the Six of Wands and Temperance in the potential outcome. Like I said, they plan to be the victor. Beat out the competition. Oh, man. Oh, the Five of Swords. There's that King of Swords energy. The King of Swords and the Five of Swords put together is like very strategic. And I said they wanted to move forward. This is a card about beating out, like doing whatever it takes to win with the Six of Wands. Let's see. Five of Swords, Seven of Cups. All right, more water energy. The Seven of Cups is a card about fantasies or illusions. So it's like they're imagining all this stuff happening for you, Virgo. Like I said, I keep getting this. They don't really want you to be single. Let me see Temperance. Yeah, here they come. The Knight of Cups. Pisces energy. The Knight of Cups is very sweet, very romantic. They could be coming in to apologize for something. Six of Swords, right? Wanting to move forward. Or just to make some kind of confession. And it's ultimately, it is because they feel quite jealous about something. Let's see one more Knight of Cups, and then we'll move to some oracles. Queen of Swords and the Ten of Cups. So we have the King and Queen of Swords and the King and Queen of Cups. King and Queen of Swords have been through a lot. Past life relationship. Interesting. You could have been married in a past life. And there's the 10. Nine of Cups, right? This Knight's bringing in the 10th cup. Okay. Let's go to the blue deck. Virgo. Very interesting reading. Woman holding a coin. I have this ace. I mean, it can be, it doesn't have to be a woman, but that's Virgo energy. And we have this offer here. Another one. I mean, the woman holding a coin is wifey material. Virgo. Envy. Jealousy and possessiveness. Interesting. Okay. Sword of value. Another one. We have woman holding a heart. There's the Queen of Cups energy. And then anxiety and the thinking man. Nine of Swords all over the place. But they definitely do want to come in and bring something. There's a lot of love here. Okay, interesting. Let's do a little bit of astrology, Virgo. This could be astrological energy in your chart, in this person's, or just overall influencing the situation. The competition, right? Envy. Interesting. Okay. We have Capricorn coming out. Could be dealing with a Capricorn. Could have, I mean, we have the Queen of Pentacles. You could have that in your chart. We have Aquarius, King of Swords. Now Pluto is in Aquarius. And then we have the descendant. Well, the descendant is the opposite sign of your ascendant or your rising sign. In your chart, it sits on the 7th house, house of the relationship. In this deck, known as the invitation. And then we have the 3rd house of communication. Okay, wait, let's do one more. And we have that Knight of Cups coming in to communicate. The 4th house, the house of the home, that's Cancer's house. And we do have about stability going on here. We have reconciliation. And even that it could be somebody that you were married to before. Possibly for some of you here. Okay. Let's do a few talisman. Consider these to be like power words you can take away from the reading with you, Virgo, if they resonate. What do we have? Just one more for Virgo. Magical power. That's you, Virgo. We see the magician. Overcome fear. And then protection. Let's do one more, actually. Yeah, stability. Okay. Eternal charisma. I keep getting that resurrection energy. All right, Virgo, let's close this reading for you with a couple of cards from the Lover's Oracle. These can come out as advice, so definitely take it only as it resonates. It doesn't want to come apart for Virgo. Look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. You Queen of Cups. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. And we do have maybe some kind of apology rather than this jealousy and possessiveness. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. A lot of people are getting this. It is Virgo season. All about the effort, Virgo. Okay, last one. Transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things, sure does. All right, Virgo, that's what I have for you. I hope it was helpful. I hope it resonated in some ways. Remember what I said, just use your intuition. I love you guys, Virgo. Namaste.